Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen, depending on where you're joining us from in the world. Welcome to Open Up, our live talk show. My name's RJ Horner, and I'm the host of Open Up, and I'm the vice president of Voice of Men 360. I also host my own community at Live and Love Life. So let me share a brief introduction about Voice of Men 360, International Men's Day, and why this talk show Open Up is so important. Voice of Men 360 is a not-for-profit organization founded in 2020 and based in Toronto, Canada. Many boys and men are seeking help and support in many areas of their lives, and we understand the demands needed when it comes to boys and men in our society. Voice of Men 360 was born out of seeing a tremendous need, stepping up to help provide the services to help support our men and boys to overcome their challenges. We're part of International Men's Day. International Men's Day has been serving for over 21 years so far and is now represented in 90 countries around the world who join together to perform various activities regularly. International Men's Day also follows 6 pillars of International Men's Day, which represent the overall well-being of boys and men. And we here at Voice of Men 360 follow in those same footsteps. So why is Open Up so important? Because men are not willing to open up our heart. We're not willing to share our matters with people. When we do keep these challenges within ourselves for any period of time, at some point it's bound to create ill health conditions. That's why we want to create an open space and allow individuals to share their life journey through our platform. We aim to create awareness about life challenges and struggles and help overcome the challenges that our men and boys go through. There are no limitations with gender, age, nationality, or ethnic groups with sharing your life journey. All walks of life are invited to participate. Our goal is to make a positive impact on someone's life through this program. Open Up is on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, where we bring individuals to each show and let them share their life experiences with you. We want to remind you that Voice of Men 360's mission is always delivered with good faith toward peaceful harmony. The opinions expressed in today's episode are those of the speakers and do not represent Voice of Men 360. Our organization engages in discussion forums and to offer inspiration and create awareness to the issues of men who wish to overcome their life challenges. We're not providing medical or therapeutic advice. Should you require that type of assistance, we recommend you contact a medical professional immediately. If you have questions or concerns about today's episode or any Voice of Men 360 content, please email us at info@voiceofmen360.org. Our guest today is now the executive director at Big Brothers and Big Sisters. He's held that position for the last 3 years. He's worked with young offenders, children's mental health, and has spent most of his career in social service work. But he was one of the first littler brothers to be matched up way back in 1973 with his big brother. And their relationship has now lasted 42 years until the time of his big brother's passing. He's a wildlife enthusiast, also known as the Raccoon Whisperer, and have a live trapping business. He reps many young animals in the spring and summer. So he has a vast experience with Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So we want to welcome Ron Graham to Open Up. Thank you for joining us and being willing to share your life journey with us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ron. You have this vast experience with mentorship and this relationship building, which is what we are about here. But I love that you're one of the first little brother, because we like to take back to where did this person come from? Where does your story begin? And I think that's a good place to start, unless you think of another place. Tell us about what was it like to become a big or little brother way back in 1973.
It was a great experience for me. It was a tough time in my life. My father had passed away. I was 9. I had a younger brother, and my mother raised 3 sisters and two boys. So it was a difficult time for us. The program had just started up, and somebody approached my mother, said your boys would be good candidates for Big Brother. And we're matched fairly quick. There was a lot of volunteers back then. And I met my big brother, Wilfred Dio. He was a family man. He had his own kids and was married and had a great work ethic. And they matched us along with things that we like to do. So I love the outdoors and fishing and stuff like that. So he's the one that introduced me to going out fishing, camping, the outdoors, hunting. We hunted years together at the same camp. We spent a lot of time woodworking. We love to woodwork. And I was thinking of that the other day as I pulled out all his tools that I still have. And I was woodworking in the shed, and it brought back some of those memories. So he was a great mentor. He was always there for me. Every week he would pick me up, take me out, and we'd do all sorts of variety of things. So it was a great experience in my life. And he meant a lot to me over the years. The roles changed after a while where I would pick him up and take him out because, he couldn't take me out anymore. But we enjoyed lots of time fishing, camping. I remember as a little going camping for a weekend, and he'd call my mom, I'll keep him a few more days. And it turned into 2, 3 weeks. And all we did was fish, clean fish, and camp. It was a wonderful experience.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you. That's a good description of what it's like. Now, you were 9 years old. Did you build a relationship with your father by this point?
I don't have
When you bought,
too many memories as very young. So.
and so, but because we value the male relationship, did this? I guess it's not to replace the father or the male personage in their life, but to give them a sense of another male being that they can look up to or aspire to. Is that it?
That's exactly it. He would never refuse to help anybody. He worked at the local mill for years, and he had a great work ethic. His garage was always open. The kids in the neighborhood, when they had a broken bike or something broken, they would drop by and he'd help everybody out. And kind of led me in my work helping people out, I think, because he'd never refuse anybody. He'd go help the neighbors build a porch or whatever they needed. So he was always there for other people, and he was always there for me also. There was a lot of things I could talk to with him about that I wouldn't be able to talk to with my mother or my sisters.
Right. So they're kind of like a best friend as well as that adult or responsible figure who can kind of give you guidance along the way.
And that did happen often as a teenager. I was a bit restless and got into a bit of trouble sometimes. And he was always there to reel me in and talk to me and never judge me, just always led me in the right direction and helped me make some good choices.
Wonderful. And we'll get into more about the program in a little bit, but I want to learn more about what makes you you. Let's learn about your life, if you wouldn't mind. So you had this relationship, of course, but what, as you grow, you know what I mean? Teenage life, school, what other influences did you have going on at the time?
I remember in high school, I was always a chubby kid, and I was picked on and bullied as a kid. And when I grew up in grade 9 or 10, the big influence was my football coach encouraged me to play and to get involved. And I turned out I was pretty good at it, and it kind of turned my life around there. He was a big influence in me.
Wonderful. Again, we value those relationships, and so you've had some quality male relationships. What were your friendships like? Peer pressure, that sort of thing. What was life like there?
We grew up in a bit of a rough neighborhood, so there was a lot of pressures. There was always, like there is today, there's pressure for drugs and alcohol and partying and maybe a bit of mischief. And so, if he taught me to make the right choices and to have a good ethic and to be proud of myself. And he was a very positive mentor for me.
So let me get to that then. I mean, you wouldn't know, I mean, what it was like to miss your father, but do you feel life would be different if you didn't have some influence at that point, some male guidance? Um, Ron, are you still with us? Did you catch my question?
Yeah, I lost your voice for a second.
So I'll
No,
try
I
it again.
didn't. You're back on.
Um, okay, I forgot where I was going with my question because I did lose you. Anyways, what I was getting into is, oh, sorry, I did remember my question is, would you feel that at that time, if you didn't have a male influence, would things have been different?
Yeah, things could have changed drastically if I didn't have somebody there. Like my mom was just a little woman, and she was very authoritative, but me and my brother were sometimes challenged, and we're there living with our three sisters, so we're searching to find our own identity and to find who we were. So we're both lucky to have big brothers in our lives. So and we both turned out pretty good, I think. So, and it shows, and the stats show that. Mentoring will increase grades, develop kids more socially, conflict resolution. All those skills increase with a mentor there, and because I see a lot of kids are missing mentors, and there's nobody there for them, and that's where they hang out with the maybe the wrong group, or pick up some bad ideas and stuff like that.
And that's where I was kind of going with that because you do work with youth and young adults and especially mental health issues and social issues. So knowing that or having got into that, what led you to take on this mission of helping others grow to become that more powerful adult?
I think it was just it was learned. I learned it from the people around me, my big brother, my family. So um, I got a sister that's a nurse. The other one's a social worker. So it's all work and helping people. And I grew to like helping people. After I had a big brother, I was a big brother to my little brother Scott. So I had a chance to see that side and be his big brother and see him grow up. And he grew up into a great man. He's got a great job, a family. Um, I'm very proud of him also.
Absolutely. So you've worked with lots of people over the years. Would you maybe share some of the struggles that people go through? Of course, without mentioning names, that sort of thing. But maybe just some of the things that you observed in your work.
I One of the things that's always been there is there's a big lack of services for young men, specifically to that age group, and even older men are looking for resources. And I think here in Cornwall we have the one group, and that's mostly all the resources we have. Um, but what I did see is, the lack what I did see is a lack of proper role modeling, if I could say that, or lack of modeling. When there's nobody there and kids learn from what they see and what they hear, and if there's a positive role model there, they learn those skills. And if it's not there, then they don't get a chance to observe it and to practice those skills, and which leads them to get into trouble. A lot of things is they're idols. They idolize people that maybe shouldn't be idolized just because a neighbor has a lot of money and doesn't work, and he's always driving the beautiful car. There's lack of proper models out there, and even in sports and all that, there's some that aren't good models. So, and it's hard to change that because you're working with kids, and the two brothers are in gangs, and you're trying to change the young one when it's his role models are his brothers. So I think modeling and role modeling and mentoring and positive people is a big lack out there.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. It's one of the reasons we appreciate this show so much, and its message to open up really is about sharing the message that you say, like you say, there is a lack of resources out there, but that we got to do something. We got to step up and be there for our young men and boys to help them ease the path, because we all walk the same walk, we all have the same burdens, right?
Exactly, and we have over 100 kids on the waiting list, and we believe every kid that wants a mentor should have a mentor, and that makes it hard when we have a big lack of resources. And we know there's a lot of good people out there, and we try to encourage them to sign up. And it's just to take that first step and make that difference in a child's life.
You say you have 100 people on the waiting list. Is that littles you're talking about? Like these are seeking big brothers or sisters?
Yes, that's it, and that's been a struggle throughout our agency. Is every time we do an event or something, we generate a lot of media and that, and then we pick up a lot of littles that are in need. There's a parent missing, and they're struggling, and especially after the pandemic, the kids really struggled during that, and we really need mentors now.
Yes, we value that relationship here. We really need to be there for our men and boys in whatever way we can, right? So, thank you for bringing that out. Thank you for bringing the notice that there is a lack that we're not fulfilling. Because again, these are children, youth who are in need. Now, you say you're in Cornwall. Do you have any
They are,
indigenous
and
services as well? Sorry, please continue.
we do cater Cornwall and district, and we do also Akwesasne. We don't have any bigs there right now, but we're always open to having bigs and littles from anywhere in our area.
And sorry, that was just one of the communities we support as well. So we wanted to make sure we um, open up that
Yeah.
opportunity or access to them for sure. And then so I'm sure outside of Cornwall as well, there's got to be other opportunities for people needing little or needing big brothers or big sisters. There's an opportunity for people to step up and become a mentor. Correct?
That's correct, especially in rural areas. Sometimes we get a child that's maybe 30 minutes out of Cornwall, and it'd be nice to have a big in that area that could serve them probably more often and better. So we're always looking at all our areas, and we're always looking for bigs. Our big promotion month is September, and that's coming up. We'll be doing a lot of promo and trying to recruit bigs.
Good, and we'll see what we can do to help you here in this community as well. One of those things being, again, like I said, step up. You know what I mean? Um, I'm going to look. I know I looked into my local big brothers, big sisters, but I never stepped up and became a big brother. So I will do that right now. But please tell us a little bit more about the program, if you could. Like, how does the program work?
It's for kids that are Okay, it's for kids up to 18, and I think we're looking at stretching that age group a bit to 21, I believe. So that's something we're looking at to do now because we believe there's a need after 18. You don't want to cut off people short. It's for children and lone parent families that are missing a mentor. So if a young man is missing his father or he's not present, we would match him up with a mentor that has the same interest, and we really try to match so it's a fit. And so we have our traditional one-to-one mentoring. And all we ask is a few hours a week for at least a year commitment. And it's a few hours a week, and just do activities. Doesn't have to cost money, and we do organize activities for littles, and so we do a lot of that also. We have our one-to-one mentoring. We have couples mentoring, where a couple can take a youth and mentor the youth together. We have a big for a day where we for the activity. We have big bunch program where two bigs get together and take 4 or 5 kids and do an activity. We do have our in-school mentoring program where kids in school get a mentor once a week. They used to go directly there and meet with the kid and play games and talk with the youth, and just that 1 hour of break in the school week and that connection really helped the kids with their education and their behavior.
Wonderful. It's amazing work. I mean, I only know what I know of the program, so it's wonderful to be connected to you and hear it directly from an executive director who's very involved with the program. So thank you for that.
The best part of my job is seeing all the difference that the bigs are making with littles. We have an annual award banquet where we recognize our volunteers, and I'll tell you some of the stories will bring a tear to your eye. They always do, but it's the wonderful work of volunteers and what they're doing with our kids.
Absolutely. So how does somebody become a big brother or sister? Because I mean, we want people to join this program. So let them know how they become, if you could.
All they have to do is reach out to us by phone, by email, drop by the office. We're open again, and we're eager to greet you. We have volunteer packages you fill out, and you meet with our caseworker for a couple of meetings, and we sign some papers, and we try to match it with the youth, and you go on. We like to start with big for a day, and you go out once or twice, and that usually leads to a one-to-one match. A lot of our matches, big for a day, they get attached to each other, and it turns out to be a regular match. So just call our office, send us a message on our website, Facebook. There's so many ways. Don't be shy. Just give us a shout.
Right. And with the internet, I mean, you guys are a large organization. I don't know, are you global or just in the Western Hemisphere?
I know we're national. We have a national office here in Canada, so there's offices all over Canada. It's in the U.S. also. I know we've had connections in the U.S. also.
Right. I don't know if they're international, but again, what I was getting at is all they can do is look up on the internet, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and I think you can find a local chapter of Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and become involved that way, right?
Oh,
Awesome.
exactly.
Thank you for
That's
that.
all. You just check your local chapter, and even if you can't find it, call another chapter, and they'll hook you up.
Thank you. And so we do promote this program. We do believe in this program, and we're so thankful to have you as a guest and help to spread the message of such a shortage of mentors out there. We're all looking for opportunities to give back, and here's a way for us to do so. So as we start to close out our show, there's a couple of questions that I like to ask. We all are about supporting our men and boys. You make a great effort, of course, in doing so. What can our men do or young boys do to empower themselves on their journey?
I think it's, that's how I worked with my client. It's to build rapport, build trust, and everything falls together. Because if you don't have those two things, it's hard to make a difference. So take your time, build rapport, encourage the kids. If there's resources they need, hook them up. and don't be afraid to talk to the kids. There's so many challenges right now that are going on with our young generation that you need to understand where they're coming from. So take the time to listen and hear what they say and explain what they mean. And that makes a big difference. It's hard for us, the older generation, sometimes to understand what's going on, but that's how we learn. We talk with our kids and we build trust and rapport.
And so that's what we can do to help them. What can they do to help themselves, young men and boys?
I think if they need help, there's always somebody there. You might have to knock on a few doors, but they need to talk to somebody. And there's always somebody at school, somebody in the community, a parent, a friend, and they need to step up too. And they need to ask for help when they need it, because it's hard to ask for help when you know. And so that's the first step, is just to encourage them, and they need to encourage each other and make positive choices. And there's so many good things going on with I know CMHA are in the schools talking. You need to attend that and take it seriously.
Absolutely. Become involved and take it up in their own efforts, right? Be responsible for their own care and their own being.
Exactly, and they know each other, so if they have a
Oh, I haven't lost it.
doing so well, so we need to check in on our friends, and they check in on us, and that's how it works.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, is there anything that we forgot to ask you? Anything you want to say before we depart today?
I can't say enough for the organization, not just because I work there now, but for the benefits it gave me and all the kids that I see. And like you said, we need people to step up, give a few hours a week. And what I hear is, oh, I don't have time, but a couple hours a week, you'll see in a few weeks, you're going to be enjoying yourself. And I hear, oh, I'm too old. You're never too old to be a mentor. You're never too old to share your life and your experiences. So just come, call an organization, join. There's so many ways that you can help.
Absolutely. And Big Brothers, Big Sisters is one of those main organizations. There's so many out there. Voice of Men 360 is another, who we're discussing issues. And then International Men's Day, who we are so grateful for, who started a message 21 years ago that's now carried across the world. So there are many organizations doing some great work, and we're grateful for Big Brothers and Big Sisters for what they do.
Thank you very much, and thanks for helping us spread the word. And I'm sure people watching, and all you're going to see is a friend, and they're a great mentor. It doesn't hurt to tell them, you'd be a great big brother or mentor. You should sign up.
And you've inspired me to take that next step, and I will become a big brother myself. So thank you very much for that.
Oh, thank you very much for spreading the word and doing this show. I think it's very important. Like I said, you're one of the services that we're lacking before.
Thank you. Thank you. These things are not easy to talk about. Not everybody's willing to share their personal journey, their life struggles. So I appreciate your courage and your willingness to help other men by sharing your life struggles and challenges.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ron Grant, for sharing your journey and your life story with us today. When people like yourself come forward and share their life experiences on platforms like ours, especially on social media, it gives hope to someone out there to change their mindset and change their life in a positive direction. That's our goal here at Voice of Men 360. We want to bring out individuals and allow them to share their life journey, to have an open conversation about men's problems and challenges and how we can help them. As many Canadians know, our Indigenous communities are in big crisis right now, and they need our help and support. Voice of Men 360 is stepping up and started a donation drive for Indigenous peoples. If you have used clothes, dry food items, or any items that can be of use, please let us know. We will work on collecting them. Call us at 416-356-71414. Again, that's 416-356-7414, or our phone number direct at 437 437-889-8329. Our phone number again is 437-889-8329. Our email is info@voiceofmen360.org. And so please contact us by any of these means or through Facebook Messenger and let us know. We'll coordinate with you. Voice of Men 360 is hosting our very own first meet and greet. We want to meet the people out there. So please come and join us Saturday, August 28th at Earl Bales Park. We're going to be there from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's in the Bathurst and Shepherd area of Toronto. So please, again, come join us for our first ever meet and greet for Voice of Men 360, Saturday, August 28th, Earl Bales Park, from 11 to 3 p.m. So we have several live shows here in Voice of Men 360. Open Up, you just participated in, where people share their personal life journey. It's a live talk show on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Then we have a Tamil language live talk show that is called Vili, and that takes place Sundays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Please join us for our monthly webinar. This takes place on the first Saturday of every month from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We bring the experience for organizations and discuss a particular topic each week or each month. Then we also have a special show called The Unspoken Tears. That's the second Saturday of every month from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, where the focus is domestic violence against men. We also have a South Asian men's show. This is brought to you by the Voice of Men 360 and the All Bengal Men's Forum. And this is the third Sunday of every month from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where the focus will be on issues that are faced by South Asian men to create awareness. And then we turn all of our content into podcast episodes. So please look for us on your favorite podcast broadcast program, iPhone, Google Play, Spotify, and more. And then we have a couple of support groups we've started up here in Voice of Men 360. The first one is a men's only support group. That's the third Tuesday of every month. We've just participated in that. So please join us next month in August for the men's only peer support group, the third Tuesday of every month from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. 30 p.m. through Zoom. Then we also have an Indigenous peer-to-peer support group. We call this one Pass the Talking Stick. That one will take place the fourth Friday of every month from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Again, the focus is on our Indigenous peer support, and the next one will be this Friday at 6 p.m., July 23rd. Please register to be part of this event. Again, there are no limitations with age, gender, nationality, or ethnic groups. We want everybody to participate in our programming. If you want to be a guest on any of our shows or are willing to be a part of our organization, help us whether directly or indirectly, please reach out to us. We're looking to work with individuals, professionals, community organizations, associations, governments, NGOs, and more. So please reach out to us. Our phone number again is 437-889-8329. And you can email us at info@voiceofmen360.org, which makes our website www.voiceofmen360.org. And you can find us on all of your favorite social media platforms: Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and more. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more YouTube videos. And find us on Facebook for our group, facebook.com/groups/Voice of Men 360. We want to reach out to more people and help more people. Please continue support. We're thankful and grateful for all the support we received. Until next time, I'm the Vice President of Voice of Men 360, RJ Horner. Until next time, I'm asking you to open up.